The NATO has ordered its military commanders to intensify preparations to defend allied territories, putting hundreds of warplanes and ships on alert and agreeing to increase troop numbers on its eastern flank. Stoltenberg said he had convened a virtual emergency summit of the alliance's 30 nations. The alliance will be joined by the leaders of Sweden, Finland and European Union institutions. Ukraine is not a member of the alliance and there are no NATO troops in the country. But NATO is now set up its plans to deploy capabilities and forces to Eastern European countries, including the High Combat Readiness NATO Response Force. NATO is also planning to create combat units in Romania and Bulgaria, similar to those already set up in the Baltic states and Poland. This comes after NATO member states Poland, Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania triggered NATO Article 4. This allows members to hold consultations when they feel their territorial integrity is under threat. The website says Article 4 has been invoked 6 times since the alliance was formed. However, Article 4 is separate from Article 5. Article 5 is the NATO's declaration that an attack against one member is considered an attack against all. Some NATO members have also sent troops, aircraft and warships to the Black Sea region. These troops are on high alert near allies Bulgaria, Romania and Turkey. The Pentagon has also set up or put up 8,500 US troops on heightened alert, so they will be prepared to deploy if needed to reassure other allies. Russia launched an all-out invasion of Ukraine by land, air and sea, the largest assault that Europe has seen since the Cold War. So what is at cost in this war? In this crisis, Ukraine is the biggest loser. The talk of war was already costing Ukraine's economy $3 billion a month. According to reports, since the beginning of the crisis, the national currency has lost steadily its value. Ukraine says around $12.5 billion have been withdrawn from accounts in the country. Members of parliament and businessmen are fleeing the country, so the impact on its economy could have long-standing consequences, one that the West is trying to neutralize with aids and loans. As for Russia, it is a top oil and natural gas producer. The most effective way to target Russia with sanctions is to cut off its supply of oil and natural gas to the West. Other ways include excluding Russia from SWIFT, a global banking system, banning Russia from using the US dollar, blacklisting banks and sanctioning its oligarchs. While all these sanctions could cripple Russia's economy, it will also hurt the West. It could mean higher energy costs for both America and Europe. Currently, oil prices surged past $100 a barrel for the first time since 2014. And even Russia doesn't want oil to get pricier either. Russia's inflation is currently at 8%. A further increase in the price of oil will push up prices in other sectors. As for the rest of the world, it means more disruptions, more supply chain problems, more market volatility and more oil price hikes. Russia is a major exporter of rare earth minerals used in airplanes and converters. Ukraine is a major source of neon used in making semiconductors. Both countries also produce major quantities of fertilizers. So it is safe to say what happens in Ukraine will impact all parts of the world. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.